What's up, guys? Let's take this beast for a ride. If it starts. Well, that was embarrassing. It hasn't run for a while, but hasn't run good for a while. I mean, had a good run for a while, let me put it that way. All right, let's get on out of the garage here. We got a pretty narrow garage here. I want to make sure I do not hit the wall. It's always a plus. All right. I can't reach my seatbelt. So I figured I'd take the car for a ride and tell you guys a little story about it. So I bought this, a little sideways action. I bought this car in 1994, I think, 25. It was like a one or two owner car at the time. And yeah, I've always had a bunch of Camaros. I started out with my 1978 Camaro, the black one, and then I had a couple other ones that I worked on, fixed them up, sold them. And then I saw this. Saw this in a newspaper ad. Figure, right? Old school. And had some cash saved up. I figured it was time to get a new car. Well, new for me. Again, I'm third owner, I believe. So this is a 1991 Camaro Z28 convertible. These convertibles start out their life from GM factory as T-top cars. They do not do the conversions there. They send them out to, I believe it's American Sunroof Corporation, who then takes the T-top car and they do the convertible, upgrade on it. They chop the top up here and put all the gizmos in to make the top function properly and all that good stuff. And then they resell it, right? It's resold as a convertible, whatever, customized convertible for GM, something like that. This car in particular is a 5-speed, and there are, I want to say it was like 3,000 convertible 5-speeds made, manual transmissions, for the 1991 model year of Z28s. There were a lot of Rally Sports, the RSs, and there were a lot of automatics of both. So this one again is a 5-speed, not entirely rare, but out of 150-ish, I think it is, 150,000 Camaros made for the 91 model year. There were 3,000 of these made. Again, not a super rare car, but it's something I like to drive. It's fun to drive. It is not fun to work on. It's really low to the ground, and it's got a pretty decent suspension on it, at least for the time. 1991 is okay. We got a fellow Camaro up here. It's a newer 5th gen, white, black top. Showing a little love. I can't turn the camera around to show you, but it's kind of cool looking car. Anyway, so yeah, this is when I bought this car, I thought it was pretty cool looking. I was, I don't know, early 20s, I think, and it was cool to drive it around and have the top down. And it's a 305 tune port in it, not the fastest of any engine by any means, at least 1991 standards. I forget it was rated as like 210 base horsepower, I think. And the guy I bought it off of, he installed 373 gears, put an airfoil, I think, in the throttle body. He did a 3-inch catback system on it. It's an Edelbrock 3-inch catback, so it's a 3-inch intermediate pipe. But this thing's run really rough. Mainly because it's been sitting for a long time. The tires have flat spots on it. So apologies for bouncing around over there. Hopefully the camera shock vibration control thing gets rid of all that, so you're not bouncing around like I am. Anyway, so the guy did some stuff to it. Nothing great. I think he put a chip in it too, like a Hypertech chip. Nothing really fancy. Again, it's a fun to drive car. It's not super fast, but he told me he had a dynoed at 270 horsepower. With the few upgrades that he did. Now, I didn't see any kind of stats or anything like that on it, any paperwork. again, fun car to drive, pain to work on. I haven't really done much to this car since I bought it. I put in, we got a bird getting ready to get there, okay, vulture. Yeah, so, one second here. So, yeah, so what I did, again, it wasn't much. I installed a set of new fuel injectors on it. For my Ford fans out there, they are Ford Mustang SVO fuel injectors. The GM ones were too expensive. The Ford ones were rated to the same flow rates, and they bolted right in. So I was like, heck, I'll go with that. I'd seen on one of the websites I was always on. It was thirdgen.com, I think it was called, or thirdgencamaro.com. There was a lot of guys on there doing it at the time. It was just a cost-effective way to upgrade your fuel injection system. Yeah, and it worked out. So I've got them in there. They worked out. Still ran the same. It ran better because I had bad injectors at the time. So anyway, I've put a new exhaust system on it maybe once or twice. I can't remember since I've had it. Just because the old one had some holes in it. So I put the new one in to take care of that. I did put a new top on this car many years ago. I'm trying not to get too sideways here. It was at a local shop here, and the guys did an okay job. There were some things I'm not too thrilled about that they did, some glue spatter and things like that. But overall, it was a lot better than it was. This has a plastic window on the back. I don't know if you can see that or not, and that it's just known to dry rot out and crack and get really hard to see through. I had parked this car under a pine tree or something at one of my buddy's houses a couple times, and the sap just destroyed the rear window. So again, it just clouded up really bad and pitted it. So I had to get the top replaced. But whatever, it works out. It's nice. And, like I said, the car's fun to drive. It gets up and goes. Nothing fancy, nothing special. It is to me, but. I really like the color on it, the color combination with the white and black top. Interior I thought was pretty cool with the gray. Again, this all, the gray interior was the thing of the times for the 90s, especially a lot of the Camaros had the gray interior. It's all plastic. I mean, you guys who have them know it's a rattly car, especially given its age, but whatever. It's okay. It's fun to putter around, especially with the top. Put the top down in the summertime. We take it up to one of the local farms nearby our house here that does a car cruise. It's like a car show. It's all the local people show up, even people from many miles away show up. The regulars, they come on Friday nights. And if you show up there with a car to put on display, they give you free ice cream and stuff like that. So we take the kids there, which is nice. But again, I enjoy driving this car. It's been sitting for a while, so it is really bumpy right now. Again, I don't know if that's coming through on the camera, but I'm getting bounced around here, and I need to get it out more, drive around. It's what needs to happen, right? Probably needs new tires too. I think they're a little dry rotted, but they're also pretty bald too. I've taken this to our track a couple times. Back before our track closed recently, our local track's Atco Raceway, where it used to be. Not anymore. They closed down about 3 years ago. And I think I ran this at like a low 14.1. Not the fastest car, but and I was spinning too. I didn't get any traction whatsoever with the tires, so I was just spinning the whole way. But it was cool to do. It was cool to take it down on the track. I've had it on Pocono International Raceway a couple times too, a Camaro club that I belong to. We used to rent out the racetrack. It was like a 4-day weekend type event. It started on like a Thursday and ran to Sunday. And one of the things was Friday night. I was never there for the Thursday events, but Friday night we would rent the track out like as a club.